the so-called farms of fertilizer, so they're going to have food shortages. This is all the plagues of Egypt. Joseph told Pharaoh to store up food for 7 years. Yeah? So plagues is coming, food shortages. Right? For the seed shall fail through the blasting of hell. And what's happening? They're getting a lot of floods, a lot of droughts. America now is in the southern part of America is drying up. You could Google it. They're having droughts over there, and it's all biblical. Yeah, and it says, and the hail, and with the fearful consolation, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So woe means destruction. There's nothing but destruction coming now, one after the other. And the main one is going to be the nuclear missiles. Yeah? Russia's gearing up with the Satan II. The Satan II missile. Right, and it says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. The sword could be like a nuclear weapon. That's the modern day sword. The glittering spear, they call it. Yeah? And one people shall stand up and fight against another. We're seeing that now. Russia standing up to fight against Ukraine. America fighting against in the Middle East. India against Pakistan. China against India. One people shall stand up and fight against another. We're seeing that now. And there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. And that's what's happening. They're invading now one another. China is ready to invade Taiwan. Yeah? And the simplicity of these people are legendary. Yeah? Like you love white boy with a passion, bro. They love white. They're gonna die with white. Yeah? And they shall not regard their kings nor princesses, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So when that society falls apart, they're not going to listen to old what's his name? This blonde-haired devil, Boris Johnson. That's it. You're not going to listen to Boris Johnson when society falls apart. Yeah? Sedition. There's going to be sedition among men. Yeah? Fighting against each other. And man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Tanks and that. When anarchy, you've got to come and bring some sort of control, so you bring the army on the streets with tanks and all that. Yeah? And it says, for because of the pride of the cities shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It's going to become men are going to be afraid in this time. What about you women? Are you going to turn into Xena, the warrior princess? Wonder Woman? Because you're going to need to in these days. Because you're going to become a commodity, a booty. Women are going to become, they're going to be proud like you are now. You know what I mean? Because you talk about independent woman and all that. But when the lights go out and you've got someone knocking on your door, you're going to look for a man to help you. Isn't it? What about when your car, you're going to car gets a puncture? I've never seen a woman changing a car tire out the side of the street. Hello, sir. What country are you from, sir? China. Oh, you're going to war. You're going to war. Taiwan and America. Yeah. You're going to war. Mandarin or Cantonese. Yeah? And it says, and man shall have no pity upon his neighbour. Because when you run out of food, who's the first person you're going to go to? Is your neighbour. Because your neighbour might have some food. Yeah? And their houses shall be destroyed, and men afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbour, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. That's what happens when famine comes. It's coming in. These people haven't got a clue what's coming. They're walking around in their simplicity, thinking that the white man's going to give them everything they need forever. He's falling, man. Yeah? And it says, because of the lack of bread, lack of food, and for the great tribulation, behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth. He's doing it now. The Chinese, the Japanese, the East Indians, they're all being called together for war. Wake up the mighty men and prepare for war. This is all biblical. They took it out of the schools because they don't believe in God. The white people don't believe in God. Yeah? And it says, behold, saith God, I will call all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, and from the south, and from the east, Libanus, and turn themselves against one another. So God is turning them against Ukraine, against Russia. So it's white on white crime now. He's turning them against each other for slavery. They've got to pay. Reverencing, you've got to reverence God, and He's going to do it. He's turning them, making them fight one another, man. Beautiful. Beautiful thing to see. And it says, to repay the things that they have done to them. See what I mean? They got to repay. God wants His payment. You've got to pay for putting us in slavery. That's what He's saying. He wants His payment now. Time to pay the fiddler. Like as they do, yet this day unto my chosen. Slavery, kill us, destroy us, yeah? let me read that again. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians, just as they do to us today. Where are we? We're at the bottom of the white man society, right? So what they've done to us, they destroy us. Every day they call us black people when we're Israelites. Black means dark, dirty, evil, soul. They call themselves white, pure, clean, holy, angelic. Yeah? So they destroyed us, yeah? And it says, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I also do. So will I do also, and recompense us. He's going to recompense you, pay you back in your bosom. What does he mean by that? You're going to have to pay up. Cough. If you borrow from a bank, you have to cough up. So you're going to have to cough up. Yeah? Cough. And it says, thus saith the Lord God. This is God said, not me, I'm just a servant. Yeah? I'm just a servant, yeah? I'm just out here giving the message. I'm the messenger. Don't beat up the messenger, you know what I mean? I'm just out here just to give you the message.
Looking good today.
The great robbery and murder is coming to you heathens. Right, and it says, my right hand shall not spare the sinners. What is sin? Sin is transgression of God's law. Even eating pork is a sin. Committing adultery is a sin. Yeah? There's 613 laws, statutes and commandments. And the so-called Caucasians broken every single one of them. That's why plagues and World War III and famine and all that is beginning to hit his kingdom. Destruction is coming. The main destruction is the nuclear missiles. The arrows, the glittering spear. Yeah? God calls it. And it's going to heat up the earth. And it says, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them. So it's going to be continual. This is going to be a continued destruction. That shed innocent blood upon the earth. Who is the innocent blood that they shed? Slavery, man. This world, this society was built off of 400 to 500 years of free labour. How do you feel about this, sir? Not a lot to say, is it? Huh? Not much. Free labour, man. See what I mean? Innocent blood. That's what he's talking about. Innocent blood was shed, man. Shed. That's all right. That's all right. You're just a young lad. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. You're just a young lad. And it says the innocent blood of slavery, man. This society was built off of free labour. So how do you think it's going to be brought down? By blood. He that sheddeth blood, by man's blood shall he be shed. I'm just a messenger telling you we're going into World War III, famine's coming, death and destruction. You've got bird flu around the corner coming from you. You've got all kind of plagues. Yeah? All that innocent blood, man. Yeah? All that innocent blood shed by the Egyptian, the new Egyptian, the Caucasian man. Yeah? All that innocent blood. All that blood. Yeah? All that innocent blood has been shed. Even nobody, no reparations, even though we don't want it. We've asked for reparations, but the white man says, oh, forget about it. But yet still they gave the Chinese reparations, they gave the Jewish man. But we don't want reparations, we want liquid. And that liquid is your blood. That's what we want. And Jesus Christ, the black man, is going to come and chop your heads off. That's what he said. He's going to shed blood. Yeah? He's going to remove your heads, separate you, separate your head from your body. Yeah? And it's beautiful. This Bible is speaking loud and clear now. The white man took it out of their schools because they never believed in Jesus Christ. Yeah? They believed that Jesus was a white boy. And that's the biggest lie ever told. They got a thing called the greatest story ever told. Or the greatest lie ever told, that Jesus was a white boy. Yeah? The sword is coming. Nuclear weapons are going to be used. You ready for your microchip, sir? Huh? Do you want the British flag or the Union Jack on it? And it says, the fire is gone forth from his wrath and have consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. So this is future prophecy. This is what he's talking about. Vladimir Putin's got some weapons for you. Yeah? White on white crime now. This is the beautiful thing. You've killed enough black people now. Now it's white on white crime.
That ain't going to happen.
Yes, this is what's coming. World War III is in the Bible.
It's over.
Yeah? Because of slavery, because of free labour. God did that when they put us in slavery, so we put fire upon them.
And no rocket. There were no rocket. All that's past. All that was past. No earthquake, no monsoon, no tornado.
Right, and it says,
and no headache. And
woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments. None of you keep God's commandments. Okay? You're speaking to my camera. Can you move from there? With your mad self. This is for the same. And it says here, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. So if you're eating pork, shrimps, crabs, you're sinning. Right? And the Lord is going to bring his sword upon you. Death and destruction's coming. And it says, and I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. He defiled us. Yeah? That slavery done a number in us. Calling us black people when I'm brown. Calling us niggers, monkeys, baboons, wetbacks. Do you really think he's going to build your society up of 400 to 500 years of slave labour and then sail off among the horizon or ride over the sunset? No, there's a repercussion. There's a payback. Right, and it says, right up. It says, and I will not spare them, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore deliver he them unto death and destruction. So the main death and destruction is going to be these nuclear weapons, man. Yeah? And you're going to be delivered to famine, because when Tesco's has got no food in your shops, you're going to be delivered to destruction. Why? Because at the end of the day, cannibalism, like I said, is coming. Cannibalism is coming back on the earth in a big way. Yeah? Death and destruction. Coming. And all our people what are joined to these heathens are going to die by the sword. All the dry foot people. And it says, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth. Really? Coronavirus. It's already been written. It's in the Bible. The slavery, man, yeah. They never put our hands, they never put us in slavery. So they never put us, touched us. The world would have survived if we never put us in slavery. Yeah? So let's read that again. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and they shall remain in them. So it's going to remain here until the one they call Jesus Christ comes back. An angry black guy is coming for you. Yeah? Big angry black man. Right? And it reads, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, for God shall not deliver you. You're not going to be delivered when that swine flu and that bird flu runs underneath your door. Yeah? It's coming. Yeah? The fire's coming as well, the World War, the nuclear bombs are going to explode. And it's beautiful because the earth needs to be cleansed for LGBTQZ. You know what I mean? Wickedness. It's completely polluted this whole earth. And the black woman, she's completely out of her goddamn mind. And we're gonna get our reverence back. All you people gonna bow down when they call Jesus Christ. When that black man comes back. All you nations, especially you crackers, you Edomites. Yeah? Because you've got your so-called army, your weaponry, right? You think that no one's going to touch you, that big angry black guy's coming to make you bow down. You're going to bow before us and lick the dust off our feet. Just like you made us bow down to you, you're going to bow. Yeah? And it says, behold, an horrible vision. Yeah, because this is a horrible vision to the white man. Just imagine him doing 400 to 500 years of free labor, slave labor. That's a horrible vision to him. But the Bible says he's going to do 1,000 years of free labor. Now that's a horrible vision to him. Yeah? Because he can't see himself bowing down to black people, so-called. When we're the Israelites, God's chosen. They're going to bow. They're going to bow down. Yeah? And the Arabs, all these countries going to bow down. Chinese, all of them. They all let their hand. Not just white. White is not the only one who's going to bow down. All of these nations. You know, Japanese, all the ones you see in the UN, they're all going to bow down to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. When Jesus Christ, the angry black guy, comes. Yeah? The white man don't believe that. He's proud. He thinks, oh, we're going to always, we've got white on white crime now. We've never seen that before. We're talking about nuclear war. We never heard that before. So, to the forefront. We've got Putin sharpening his missiles. Yeah? And it says, behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, because that's where the Lord is going to come, from the east, the chariots, yeah? What the white man calls UFOs. Where the nations of the dragons of the Arabia, so now talk about what's going to happen, the war in the valley of Jehoshaphat, yeah? And shall come out with many chariots and the multitudes of them shall be carried as a wind upon the earth. That's talking about the big great war. Because we're going into World War III. First it's going to start with tanks like they're doing now, and then it's going to culminate in nuclear weapons, actual ICBM missiles. Because the earth has to be cleansed. Like we said before, the two main cleansing weapons, well, cleansing agents, is water and fire. Did you know that? Water is a good cleanser. When you have to eat, how do you do? You wash your plates, innit? These people are God, man. Right? Two main cleansing agents. Water, the flood, and then fire. Nuclear weapons, they burn at 1 billion degrees. In Russia, it's in the news now. Russia and China and all these countries, Kim Jong-un, North Korea, they're all sharpening their missiles for the great day. Also, the Carmanians, that's the, we had a Persian up here earlier, Iranian, yeah, the Carmanians. Raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall come, because you're going to have Russia backing them, and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. So for dragons, these are modern day Assyrians, yeah? And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, that if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then shall all the trouble and keep silent their powers shall be. So let's go to the next chapter. This is 2 Ezra 16:1, right? Because this is probably in the time of prophecy. World War III, famines, lack of food, lack of jobs. This is all predicted in the Bible, in the physical, in the last days. Yeah? Whether they believe it or not. Right? Because these people walking around in their simplicity. What did it say? The simple believeth every work, but the prudent man looketh well to his goings. Right, and it says, woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Babylon is America today. Babylon comes from the Hebrew word Babal, which means confusion. Man and man marrying and women, that's confusion. Because we all got here by a father and a mother. That's confusion. Yeah? A woman ruling over a man, that's confusion. And you only get that in Babylon. Alright? America. And Asia is China. Yeah? Woe unto thee, Egypt, the so-called Hamites, and Syria, the Arabs. Gird up their loins with sackcloth. That means you're going to be brought into a lower state. And we can see that now. Lack of jobs. Yeah? We've got all kind of financial systems crashing. That's where they're bringing in the digital system. The mark of the beast, the microchips coming. Yeah? And it says, gird yourselves up with sackcloth and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Your main destruction is at hand, is the nuclear weapons. It's at hand. That's what God is saying, it's at hand. It's coming. He said, don't tarry, wait. It will not tarry. We're seeing the last days of the so-called white man's rulership. Yeah? Whether the black woman shakes her head because she's comfortable in this society because she loves whitey with a passion. Yeah? Because he allows her to be all the whore that she wants to be. Yeah? The black woman's going to go down with you white people because she loves you. Yeah? She's got an inheritance with the so-called white man, the black woman in this society, because you fooled her. Yeah? You told that she's got some kind of connection to you guys. So she's going to go down with you. Yeah? And it says, for a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Who's going to turn the nuclear weapons when you fight? When Putin presses that button, who's going to turn that hypersonic missile back around? Black woman ain't going to do it. She ain't going to be able to turn it around. Even though she loves you white people with a passion. She ain't gonna be able to do it. Yeah? A fire shall be among you. The fire is them nuclear missiles, man. Putin's got it coming, man. Ready. Putin's got it ready. What you hear about it, bro? You hear about the missiles? Yeah? What are you gonna do? You're gonna put a cigarette and light on the end of it, yeah? No, bro. You're gonna be backstroking in that lake of fire. What's coming? Yeah? And it says, a fire is set among you, and who may quench it? So this is what God's saying. When the nuclear missiles are fired, how are you going to put it out? You're going to get a fire engine? Are you going to get some water and try and quench the fire? Huh? Is that what you're going to do? No. And it says here, plagues are sent unto you, coronavirus, swine flu, bird flu. Plagues have been sent because we're in modern day Egypt. Yeah? Where you've got black people in slavery still. Yeah? And it says, and what is he that may drive them away? He's asking, who's going to turn them away? Who's going to stop bird flu? Who's going to stop coronavirus? Who's going to turn it away? Boris Johnson? Joe Biden? May a man drive away a hungry lion? Are you going to drive away a hungry lion? Can any of you drive away a hungry lion? Yeah? Ready? Are you ready for it? Are you ready? I don't think so. You're not ready for that. And it says, may a man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may he quench the fire and stubble. So who's going to quench the nuclear missile? Yeah? Who's going to quench the nuclear missile? You? Are you going to quench the nuclear missile? Are you going to stop it? No, I don't think so. And it says, when they have begun to burn, may one turn away an arrow that is shot from a strong archer. When Russian puts his finger, when Putin puts his finger on that button, are you going to turn it around? Are you going to stop that nuclear missile? That's what he's asking you. The God of the Bible you don't believe in. The mighty Lord, so it's the Lord was sending the plagues. The Lord of the Israelites, he's sending the plagues. Why? Because of slavery. You have to pay now. Slavery, rape, robbery, murder. For the plagues. And he says, for the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues. Who is he that can drive them away? Nobody. A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that shall quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not utterly beaten to powder at his presence. So this is what he's saying. When he brings all this stuff on the earth, what he's bringing now, plagues, he's bringing it for rape, robbery and murder, slavery. Britain, their money, your society was built off of slave labor. This is why you have to pay. And it says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea riseth up, and waves from the deep. The waves of it are troubled, and the fishes there are also. So when those nuclear missiles go off, it's going to cause the earth to rock to and fro, like a drunkard. I had a drunkard up here. over there, he's over there, drunk, drinking up the place. So the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. Are you ready for your microchip, sir? Polish head looking ass nigga. And it says, for strong is his hand that bendeth the bow. This is what he's talking about. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss. When they begin to be shot to the ends of the earth. So how can you stop talking about an arrow? He's talking about a nuclear missile. Right? Why do you think they're called intercontinental ballistic missiles? From one continent to another. That's what he's talking about. When they begin to be shot from one continent to another. China's got the Dongfeng. It's called the East Wind. Russia's got the Sarmat 2, Satan 2. Yeah? When they begin to be shot to the ends of the earth, and it says, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot to the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again, and they shall come upon the earth. We're seeing all that now because of slave labour. You've got to pay for it now. Yeah? You thought you got away with it. Yeah? You thought you got away with slave labour, but now you're going to see the inflow of your society. It's going to culminate in World War III. There's did you know 3 world wars in the Bible, sir? For slave labour. This is why. And all this reprobate we see on the earth, all these reprobates are going to get burned up as well. Yeah? Man and man, woman and woman, holding hands, and you can see the snuggling and I love you. Going to get done away with. Yeah? And it says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. These missiles burn at 1,000,000 degrees. That's what it's telling you. A nuclear missile burns at 1,000,000 degrees, and that's why Russia is going to eat up Europe and America. America's going to be completely wiped out, because that's where Satan's seat is. Yeah? And it says, like an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not